Hello and welcome to Cephastock Movie Recaps. Today we'll cover how to edit a movie recap while avoiding copyright claims. You'll also learn safe ways to download movies, which websites are reliable for this purpose, and how to organize and save your files to keep your projects in order. Proper organization is essential for any type of editing work, whether video or graphic design, because it helps you quickly find what you need. I'll show you how I handle file management in my own workflow, but you can adapt these methods to suit your style. We'll also explore which software programs are best for editing and how to write an effective movie recap script, something many people find challenging. I'll share tips to make this process easier. Another key topic is removing copyrighted music from movies. Most films use copyrighted music, and even if you edit the video itself, leaving the original audio track may still lead to copyright claims. This is especially true if you want to keep some of the dialogue but the background music remains. I'll demonstrate how to remove or replace copyrighted music so your recaps comply with YouTube's and other platforms' rules. This will help you customize your edits and own your movie recaps without risking copyright strikes. Let's begin with file organization. When I open my files, you can see I've already created a folder called Tutorial 2, which is where I'm saving this project. You can create and name your folders however you like. The movie I'll be working on for this demonstration is In the Lost Lands, 2025. Inside my main folder, I've created a subfolder named In the Lost Lands 2025 PP. PP stands for Premiere Pro, the editing software I'll be using. I'll be saving my Premiere Pro project files in this folder. It's currently empty, but this is where all my Premiere Pro files will go. The folder named In the Lost Lands 2025 1080p is where I store the downloaded movie itself. I've already downloaded it, and inside you'll see the file In the Lost Lands 2025. If I open it with my media player, you can see the movie playing.
Still adjusting to the dark.
Not that you had anything to do with it.
It's about 1 hour and 40 minutes long, and this is the footage we'll be using to create our recap. We create movie recaps because full movies generally can't be uploaded to YouTube or other social media platforms without triggering copyright claims. The content belongs to the companies that produced it, and they earn revenue when people pay to watch it or view it through legitimate channels. Uploading entire movies as your own content is not allowed. By making a recap, however, you're transforming the material. You're adding commentary, insights, and your own script. You're editing small portions of the film, combining them, and adding narration or background voiceovers. This transforms the work, adds value, and lets you monetize the effort you've contributed, without profiting directly from the movie itself. This folder is where I'm keeping everything for this project. For each new movie I recap, I create a new folder with a clear name. Inside, I save all related files so that later I can easily find them. This simple system keeps projects organized and saves time when searching for files. You're welcome to adapt it to your own workflow. Now that you've seen my file organization, the next step is downloading. I'll show you how and where to find movies. There are many websites online, and by using a search engine like Google Chrome, you can find numerous options by searching for movie download sites. If you search for free movie sites, you'll find plenty of options, like F-Movies for example. Personally, I use a site called Flixster, flixster.win. This is what it looks like, and I'll leave the link so you can go directly to it. Flixster offers a huge selection of content, latest releases, trending titles, TV shows, and upcoming movies, all for free. It's not like Netflix or Amazon Prime, which require subscriptions. Flixster is completely free. If you try searching for it online, you might not find it easily, especially if you type Flixster instead of flixster.win. Look for flixster.win directly. The site's icon is a yellow play button, which can help you identify it. You will find the link in the description. Once you click View Full Site, it will load the complete page. Flixster's interface is simple. You can browse by categories like action or horror, or filter movies by country. Italy, Argentina, Brazil, South Korea, China, and many others. Clicking on a country shows only movies from that region. You can also select Movies or TV Shows Only, view top IMDb titles, or even download their Android app. From the home page you can search for any movie you want. For example, if you type In the Lost Lands, the title will appear automatically. Clicking it brings up the description, which shows that it was released on February 27, 2025. From there, you can watch or download the movie. Flixster streams movies from different cloud links such as App Cloud, aka Cloud, and VD Cloud. If one link is slow or not working, you can switch to another. I personally prefer App Cloud because it's the most stable and smooth. From here you can watch the movie online without buffering issues, or download it directly. Now let's download the movie. As you can see while I'm playing it here, I'm using a browser extension called Video Download Helper. You can search for it online and install it in your browser. Its logo has red, yellow, and blue circles. Simply type Video Download Helper into Google, find the official website and click Install for Chrome. Once installed, it automatically appears in your browser's extensions. I'm using Chrome so it shows up on the top right of my window. You can also check your extensions by clicking the puzzle piece icon or the three dots in the top corner, then selecting Extensions or Manage Extensions. From there you can enable, disable, add or remove any extension. When Video Download Helper detects a video on a page, its icon changes color. If no video is available, the icon stays white. When a video is ready to download, click the icon. It will display the available formats and quality options. Choose the quality you prefer, like 1080p, and click Download. The download will start and may take a few minutes depending on the file size. One advantage of this extension is that once the download starts, it continues even if you close the web page, because it has already captured the file's link. This is the method I use to download movies from Frickstar, or other similar sites. You're free to explore other websites or tools as well, but this is what works best for me. If you can't find movies on the other websites, you can try the Pirate Bay. When you search for it in your browser, you'll see many different Pirate Bay domains, like piratebay.com or piratebayproxy.com. This happens because the original site often gets shut down, and the owners create new mirrors to keep it online. As long as the site has the classic ship logo, it's safe to use. The Pirate Bay has a huge collection of movies, and if you can't find a title on Frickstar or F-Movies, you'll almost always find it here. However, this site uses torrents, which means you'll need a torrent download software such as uTorrent installed on your computer. Once installed, you can download movies directly. If you're not familiar with torrents, you can find plenty of tutorials on YouTube by searching How to Use uTorrent or How to Download Movies from Pirate Bay. When you search for a movie like In the Lost Lands, you'll see multiple links with different file sizes. For example, 900 megabytes, 1.8 gigabytes, or 4 gigabytes. Each file is usually labeled with its quality, like 720p or 1080p. To download, click Get this torrent. It will open in uTorrent and begin downloading. Before using Pirate Bay, it's very important to use a VPN. Many countries, especially in Europe and North America, strictly monitor torrent activity, and downloading unpaid content can lead to heavy fines. A VPN hides your IP address and helps keep you safe. In regions like Africa or the Middle East, rules may not be as strict, but it's still safer to use a VPN. Once the torrent starts in uTorrent, you can choose which files to keep, for example, subtitles, posters, or just the main video. After clicking OK, the download will begin. One key difference between torrents and sites like Frickstar is the file format. Frickstar downloads usually come as MP4, which works with almost all editing software. Pirate Bay torrents often come in MKV format, which many editors don't support. To fix this, you'll need a converter like XMedia Recode. This software allows you to convert MKV files into MP4 so you can use them in Premiere Pro or any other editor. Tutorials for XMedia Recode are also available on YouTube. For this demonstration, I started downloading a torrent, but since I already have the movie from Frickstar, I don't need it. I'll stop and remove it from uTorrent. Meanwhile, the movie downloaded from Frickstar has already finished, and I can open the folder to find it saved. That's it for downloading movies. You can use whichever method or website works best for you. Now that we've learned how to download movies from different websites, the next crucial step is to watch the movie and fully understand it. Before you start editing, you need to know its story, scenes, and flow. Watch it at least once, twice if necessary, until you clearly understand what you're going to edit. You can either download and then watch or stream online first. It's up to you. I've already watched In the Lost Lands from start to finish, so I'm familiar with the plot and details.
But he can take it all away from us.
This understanding is essential before beginning any recap. Next, let's move to the software. I'm using Adobe Premiere Pro because I'm comfortable with Adobe products like Illustrator and Photoshop. Every editor has their preferred software, and most video editors have similar layouts, so you can use whichever program you're familiar with. If you're new to Premiere Pro, you can find free tutorials on YouTube by searching Premiere Pro for Beginners. When you open Premiere Pro, you'll see the Start screen. Click New Project. This brings up a window where you can name your project. For example, In the Lost Lands 2025, since that's our movie. Choose the project location by clicking the folder icon. Navigate to the folder you created earlier in the Lost Lands, and select it as the save location. This keeps everything organized. After naming your project and selecting the folder, click Create. Premiere Pro will open the editing workspace. This is where you'll import your movie and begin editing. My workspace is customized, but your layout may look slightly different depending on your preferences. This is my customized workspace. You can see how I've arranged the panels to suit my workflow. Premiere Pro offers several default workspaces: editing, assembly, learning, and more, which you can access from the top corner. My layout is called Cepha Edit. If you're using a new installation, it usually opens with the default editing workspace or another preset, but you can always rearrange the panels however you prefer. You can drag panels to different areas or learn how to customize layouts through YouTube tutorials. In my setup, the timeline is at the top for easy visibility. The program monitor, where the movie plays during editing, is on one side. The project panel, where imported media appears, is below, and the effects and controls panel is nearby. To upload a movie, right-click inside the project panel and choose Import, then browse for your file and open it. The clip appears immediately in the panel. You can also drag the file directly from your folder into Premiere Pro. Once imported, drag the clip onto the timeline. Premiere Pro will create a sequence matching the clip's resolution. When you play the clip, you'll see its original resolution. However, if you're editing for YouTube, this automatic resolution might not work well for features like end screens. Some movies are full 1080p while others are not, so it's often better to create your own sequence first. To do that, go to File, New Sequence. A dialog box will appear with various sequence presets, including 1080p options at different frame rates such as 24, 25, and 30 frames per second. Choose the preset that matches your project's needs. I've already selected 1080p 30 frames per second. You can give the sequence a name, for example in the Lost Lands, or leave it as Sequence 1. Click OK, and Premiere Pro will create a 1080p sequence suitable for YouTube. This larger sequence allows you to add features such as end screens without issues. Now drag your movie into the sequence. A prompt appears saying the clip does not match the sequence settings. If you choose Change Sequence to Match Clip, it will revert to the clip's original resolution, which isn't ideal for YouTube. Instead, click Keep Existing Settings. This keeps the sequence you created and fits the movie into it, leaving black bars where needed to match the proper YouTube format. Once the clip is placed correctly, you can start editing. In my case, I'll only work with selected parts to save time, but you would normally use the full movie. I'm going to take the introduction and a section with lots of action so you can understand how to apply these steps elsewhere. To cut, use the selection tool to choose clips and the razor tool to split them. I'll cut the introduction and the action scene from where it starts to where it ends. After selecting these two parts, I'll delete the unnecessary sections and place the action scene next to the introduction. This gives me about 17 minutes of footage to demonstrate editing techniques. One of the main tasks is removing copyrighted background music, since most movie soundtracks are protected and can cause issues on upload. I'll show you how to remove that music from the selected clips. In your own projects, you'll likely work with full movies or series as I do, but this example will show you the process step by step. Safe editing techniques for movie recaps. We've selected the two clips we'll use for this tutorial. Before making any cuts or edits for a recap, it's important to first locate the original cuts in the movie. For example, you can see how one shot transitions into another. You need to identify all those small cuts so you can edit safely and avoid copyright claims. Not many people know this technique, which is why I'm explaining it. Using it will keep your uploads safe. Although we're using only a short section here, you should apply this process to the entire movie. My method starts by identifying and separating the parts I'll use, and only later do I write the script. Other editors sometimes watch first, write a script, and then edit, but I prefer to start with the editing. In Premiere Pro, select your full movie. Right-click the clip and choose Scene Edit Detection. Check, apply a cut to each detected cut point, then click Analyze. Premiere Pro will automatically detect and mark every original cut in the movie. With a full movie this may take up to an hour or more, but short clips process quickly. Once analysis is complete, zoom in to see all the detected cuts. This is crucial for editing because any clip you take out should contain no more than one original cut, ideally none. Including 2 or more original cuts in a single extracted clip increases the risk of copyright detection. For example, a section with only one cut in the middle is usually safe. A section with no cuts at all is even better. But if you select a part containing multiple tiny cuts, 5 or 6 in a row, you're likely to trigger copyright claims because it matches the original movie too closely. The safest approach for recaps is to take very short segments. Use about 2 seconds per selection, sometimes 3, but 2 seconds is the safest. After each selection, skip 5 seconds before taking the next 2-second clip. Repeating this pattern, 2 seconds on, 5 seconds off, dramatically reduces your risk. Now let's prepare the template for our cuts. First, right-click the clip and choose Unlink to separate audio and video. Make a copy of the clip and turn off its visibility. Then measure 5 seconds using the timeline. Place your cursor from 0 to 5 seconds to mark the skip interval. Select the 2-second segment that follows, cut it at the 7-second mark, and delete the unused portion. You now have a clean 2-second segment ready for use. Every cut we make should be 2 seconds or less to stay on the safest side. Put the clip back into position. 5 seconds of skip, 2 seconds of content. You can group the 2 parts together so they stay attached. It's not visible right now because we turned off visibility. Now we begin editing with the sound turned on so we know exactly what's happening in each section. We've already watched the movie and know its story, so we can choose what to keep. We don't need the opening logos or title screens, so we'll skip those. We start where the actor appears on screen. When he raises his head to look at the camera is a good place to begin, but as soon as he starts talking we'll start our cut there. The line,
If you've got the time and the stomach for it.
"If you've got the time and the stomach for it," fits perfectly within our 2-second segment, so we'll take that. Everything before it is just introduction and can be deleted. Our recap will start with,
If you've got the time and the stomach for it.
as we pick out interesting parts, we keep our limitations in mind. 5 seconds of skip and 2 seconds of content. This long section is our 5-second gap. The short section is our 2-second clip. After each selection, move the template to the next position and check what's there. If it's useful, take it. If not, move forward, but never backward within the 5-second skip window. Always select from beyond the 5 seconds to avoid copyright detection. For example, we can take the phrase "and of monsters" because it's useful for a recap. We might narrate, then let the actor's own words play briefly.
And of monsters.
After taking that, delete the unused section. Next,
This is no fairy tale.
"This is no fairy tale" also fits because it's beyond the 5-second gap. You can even take the intro logo in a 2-second range if it suits your recap. At every cut we're leaving only 2-second segments, which keeps the recap very safe from copyright claims. We can pick phrases like,
The world you know is gone.
or "all that's left now are the lost lands," when they appear beyond the 5-second gap.
All that's left now are the lost lands.
Wherever we cut, there are no original scene cuts inside our clip, so we stay completely safe. Continue this routine. For example,
What remains of humanity.
these are both outside the 5-second radius and safe to use.
A mysterious witch, Grey Alice.
We're building a flowing summary using short excerpts of the actor's lines. During editing we can leave some words in and mute others to keep the recap smooth.
The both of us.
If you see 2 original scenes back to back, pick a small part from one and a small part from the other, but only include one original cut inside your created clip. That way you still avoid copyright claims. Always choose interesting visuals or lines, but make sure each selection follows the 2-second content, 5-second skip rule and contains no more than one original cut. Use no more than one original cut per clip. Delete everything inside the restricted radius. Here I remove this cut because I already selected 2 cuts within my 2-second allowance. When a red arc appears, click and delete. The clips automatically join into one. Now check the next 5 seconds. For example,
Be an example to all.
the 2 previous clips are also close-ups, so we need a wider shot to keep it visually balanced.
They say you can bite.
Then delete the rest. Make a cut, go back and remove the unwanted pieces. Avoid cutting inside the 5-second radius. After Grayless scene, change to another shot and take
That you are of the devil.
that gives you a strong transition into the action. Take the first move of the action so it appears in the recap. Include only one cut between scenes. Identify what comes next after the hanging. Insert the scene where the guard turns on the other guards. But still respect the 2-second rule and avoid more than one original cut in a clip. If a section has tiny clips inside your 2-second template, don't add a third. Only keep 2. Delete the rest. Afterwards, you'll learn how to remove music from clips and clean the audio for your recap. I was showing you that it's possible to use audio from within the 5-second radius and place it over a front clip. You can shift sound, but not the video itself, if it's within that restricted area.
Hunt her down.
I'll keep going so you can see the process step by step and understand how to build a recap safely. The full recap of this movie is already on my YouTube channel, Cephastock Movie Recaps. There you can see the complete version. This demonstrates that I've watched and understood the movie, and shows you how to pick and arrange scenes while respecting the 2-second/5-second rules to stay safe. I'm editing something I already know, which makes the process much easier. If you start editing without watching the material first, it can be more difficult. Here we can take 2 short clips under 2 seconds each. That's within the allowed limit. Now we can start the action. Delete the rest. Keep only the shots under 2 seconds. This includes Alice in action, more enforcers arriving, and a few moments of Boyce. This is how you can edit a full movie quickly and safely, with patience and precision. Exporting movie audio to remove background music. We're done with the editing process. We've removed all unwanted parts and kept only the 2-second clips. These clips are safe to use in our recap without copyright issues. They're spaced and cut correctly, but before we merge them, our next step is to work on the sound. First, we need to remove the music from the audio. You can export the audio alone before cutting the clips, or after cutting them like we've done now. Even if we delete the template at this point, it's fine. Move all clips to the beginning. This is the setup we want. Now we'll export the audio so we can process it in another program to remove background music and keep only voices, or voices with drums and bass depending on your choice. Right-click, unlink all clips, then make a copy of the first clip and drag it. The reason for exporting the full audio before joining clips is that we may need some sound from the middle. If we join the clips first, only the cut audio will export.
Never fails.
We join 2 parts of the movie, the intro and the fight scene, which is why the audio doesn't line up automatically. When we pull the full audio, it matches correctly and we can trim off the excess. Even if the cut clips still contain background music, once combined they could recreate the original rhythm and trigger copyright detection. That's why it's better to remove the music completely before using any voices from the movie. We now have the full audio from all scenes we're editing. Before merging clips, export the audio, clean it, then bring it back and make your cuts. In Adobe Premiere Pro, you can export by clicking the Export button, or through File, Export, Media. Choose Audio Only, for example, MP3 at 120 kbps. Most editing software has presets for this. You can find tutorials on exporting audio or video from different programs on YouTube. Once you select MP3, pick the folder where you'll save it, in this case Tutorial 2, in the Lost Lands. Name it, confirm the preset, and click Export. Since it's a small audio file, export will take only a few seconds. After it's done, minimize the program and find the exported audio in your chosen folder. I usually export audio after editing so I get exactly what I need.
If you've got the time and the stomach for it.
They say.
I'll now take this audio to an AI program that removes music or vocals. You can choose to keep only music, only vocals, only drums, or any combination. This software does that very well. I'll transfer the audio to my phone because the software I use runs there. It's a paid app, about $8 per month, which allows me to process full movies of 1 or 2 hours without issues. I tried several computer programs for vocal removal, but they didn't give me the results I wanted. On my phone, the app works perfectly. It's called Music Lab, and we'll move to the phone next to show how it works. Removing background music with AI using Music Lab app. We've transferred our audio file to the phone and opened it in our app, Music Lab. This app can separate and remove elements from audio. In our case, we're going to remove the background music from the movie, keeping only the voices and drums. When you open Music Lab, you'll see options such as remove vocals, edit audio, trim audio, video to audio, adjust volume, convert audio, recording, split and change voice. For this tutorial, we're using Remove Vocals to take out the music from our movie audio. Tap Remove Vocals and upload the file you transferred to your phone. Select the plus sign to add the file. This opens your storage, iCloud or local files. Locate the audio file, in this example, in the Lost Lands, and upload it. Music Lab offers different separation modes. 2 tracks, splits vocals and accompaniment. 4 tracks, splits vocals, bass, drums and other instruments. 6 tracks, splits even more elements like piano and guitar individually. We'll use the 4-track option because it gives us vocals, bass, drums and others separately. After selecting it, the app uploads and processes the file. Large files, like a full 2-hour movie, may take up to an hour. Shorter files only take a few minutes. Once processing is done, you'll see 4 tracks: vocals, drums, basses and others. Play them to preview. We can delete the others track, which contains most of the music, then delete basses or drums if we don't need them. For now, we'll keep only the vocals.
I've got a story for you. And of monsters.
Export the vocals by tapping the 3-bar menu and choosing Export. Select the quality, small, standard or high. Standard works fine. You can rename the file or let the app auto-rename it. Save the exported vocals to your chosen folder. Go back, remove the vocals and others, leaving only drums and basses. Play the track to confirm. Export this second version the same way, standard quality, save to the same folder. Now we have 2 separate files, one with only vocals and another with drums and bass. All music, guitars and pianos have been removed. These 2 files are what we'll use in our movie. We can now transfer them back to the computer and continue editing. Importing and synchronizing the cleaned audio with the recap. We've now uploaded our 2 audio files from the phone to the computer. One contains only vocals, the other contains only bass and drums. These are the files we'll use. All background music has been removed from the movie's audio. Back in Premiere Pro, you can see the way we cut the file before. Before joining anything, we need to insert the 2 new audio tracks. Drag and drop each file into the project. The first audio track in the sequence contains only vocals, no music, which is exactly what we need. We'll add the second track, drums and bass, as well. Let's play them back to check.
If you've got the time and the stomach for it.
We need to align and synchronize the 2 audio tracks so the vocals match correctly. Pull the clips along the timeline until they line up. Once they're matched, link the 2 audios together.
Stomach for it.
If you listen closely, the original audio still has background music. You can mute it and hear the difference.
If you've got the time and the stomach for it.
Our separated files have no music. The drums and bass track is safe to use because it's not copyrighted. We'll also be careful with the vocals, using only the portions that are safe. This way, copyright claims won't be an issue. Always keep the full audio file so you can pull sections from the middle later. If you only export cut pieces, you won't have access to the missing parts. Now select your cut audio clips, the 2-second segments. Highlight the audio, group it, and then make a copy by holding Alt and dragging to another layer. Premiere will create automatic cuts for you, saving time compared to using the razor tool manually. Once the automatic cuts are made, you can delete the copy and keep the cut segments you actually want. Select all the clips on the second layer, group them, and repeat the copy and drag step to create more automatic cuts. Delete any unused middle sections. Move your selected audio clips up to fill the space. Ungroup the original audio if needed. At this point, you'll have your full cut clips along with the separated audio files you imported. Select everything, go to Sequence, Close Gap, and Premiere will automatically remove the empty spaces. This reduced our recap from 17 minutes down to about 3 minutes. You can still expand the audio clips later to recover material you cut out earlier. Now the project is ready to go for your recap. The next step is to prepare the script. Adding narration or commentary is essential. Not only does it make the recap clearer for viewers, but it also adds value to the original content. Social media platforms consider added commentary or analysis as transformative, which keeps your channel safe. Uploading cut clips without voiceover or analysis can lead to copyright strikes or even channel bans. We'll export this version first so we can listen to it clearly while writing the script.
If you've got the time and the stomach for it. And of monsters. This is no fairy tale.
A mysterious witch, Grey Alice.
Export with the original sound turned on so you can hear everything. In the export window, choose your preferred settings, for example, 1080p at about 29 megabytes, name the file e.g. test1, pick the folder, tutorial 2, and click export. It will only take a few minutes. After that, we'll move on to script writing. Creating a base script from plots and synopses. Our test export has finished. This is the file we'll use to create the movie recap script. As you can see, it's saved here. We're going to write the recap script from scratch, but there are a few ways to save time. One option is to search online for existing plots and synopsis. You can use a search engine to look for that movie plot or synopsis. Many websites post written recaps. IMDb often has summaries under plot and summary. If the synopsis there is too brief, try other sites. Wikipedia usually has full plots, though sometimes less detailed. You can copy the plot from Wikipedia and then adapt it to fit your video. For example, I've copied the Wikipedia plot into a Word file. Microsoft Word has a built-in text-to-speech feature you can use to play the text aloud while your test video runs. This helps you check whether the writing flows with your edited footage. If you're unsure where the text-to-speech button is, search YouTube for tutorials. Play the script alongside the video to see how well it matches. The Wikipedia version reads something like,
"A man named Boyce directly addresses the viewer, warning them that what they're about to see is not a happy fairy tale. Gray Alice uses her powers to trick a man into helping her escape, but the enforcer kills him for it and leads a group of men in pursuit of Alice."
This happens to align with our footage quite well. Anything missing can be added manually. Once you have a base script, rewrite it in your own words. You can paste it into ChatGPT and ask it to rewrite the text in a certain number of words, say 90 words, while avoiding violation terms. This gives you a fresh version that's no longer a direct copy. Paste the result into your Word file and play it again with the video. For example, ChatGPT might return something like,
Boyce appears before the audience, cautioning that the story ahead is no joyful tale. Gray Alice, a feared and gifted witch, faces execution at the hands of the enforcer and devoted church followers.
Now the text is clearly different from the original source. You can keep adjusting until it feels right. This is one effective method. The second method, what we're about to do, is rewriting completely from scratch while watching the footage. Use online recaps only for reference and ideas, not direct copying. So we'll clear the page, copy our test script, and start writing the recap directly as we watch the video. Writing an original recap script. Now we're going to write a movie recap script from scratch. We'll base it on our edited video, taking additional reference from the full original film when needed. Because our edited version contains only short clips, we'll use the original movie for full context. We can also look at the downloaded subtitles as an extra reference, though we'll mainly write our own text. I'll place the edited video in the document area and we'll start. We'll work scene by scene, matching each section with the cut footage above, then move to the next scene. I'll also keep the subtitles open to help with dialogue. Using that, we can write. The movie begins with a man named Boyce addressing the viewer with a tale of magic, witches, monsters, and evil. We'll also list key characters at the top of our document for reference. Boyce, Gray Alice, the Enforcer, Mara, and Cyrus. Next we describe the setting. This story takes place in the Lost Lands. That gives us a full opening paragraph built from the film's visuals and subtitles. Because copying subtitles directly can still trigger copyright claims, we'll rewrite everything later using ChatGPT so it's truly our own text. For example, if our paragraph has 28 words, we can ask ChatGPT to rewrite it in 25 words without any violation terms. The result might be,
Boyce opens the film, warning viewers of a grim story filled with magic, witches, monsters, and darkness, urging them not to expect a happy ending.
Boyce opens the film warning viewers of a grim story filled with magic, witches, monsters, and darkness, urging them not to expect a happy ending. This version is different enough to avoid issues yet still matches our video. We can tweak the wording further to fit our timing, such as,
Got the time and the stomach for it.
Boyce warns viewers of a grim story filled with magic and monsters, urging them not to expect a happy ending.
Boyce warns viewers of a grim story filled with magic and monsters, urging them not to expect a happy ending. This approach lets us build each paragraph from scratch, scene by scene, ensuring our script fits our edited footage while staying original. For the second paragraph we start with,
By now the world we know is gone, he tells us.
To fit our recap timing, this paragraph should be around 27 words. We can reduce it slightly to 26 and have ChatGPT rewrite it with a command such as, rewrite this in 26 words, don't use violation words. The result might be,
The world you know is gone.
He tells of a world erased by ancient war, leaving only the lost lands of shadowed creatures and one city, where meeting Grey Alice changes everything.
He tells of a world erased by an ancient war, leaving only the lost lands, shadowed creatures, and one city where meeting Grey Alice changes everything. We place this after our first paragraph in the script. Next, we move to the events involving Grey Alice. Using both the movie and references such as Wikipedia, we can summarize her situation.
Grey Alice, a witch, is being hanged, on the orders of the Enforcer and her followers from the church.
Grey Alice, a witch, faces execution under the Overlord's rule in the city beneath the mountain. The Enforcer and the church condemn her forbidden wish-granting, branding her devilish and defiant, and proclaim their sacred duty to destroy her influence completely. This paragraph is about 40 words, a concise summary of her capture, condemnation, and the threat from the church.
On the Queen's request to hunt a shapeshifter, Grey Alice hires Boyce. But the Enforcer arrives first, killing Boyce's ally Cyrus, who was meant to guide them safely across.
She hired me first.
Now shielded from Alice's powers, the Enforcer and her gang capture Boyce's beloved Mara to force his surrender. When he refuses, the Enforcer kills her, unleashing chaos and fury.
You can apply this process to the entire recap. Watch a segment for a few seconds, rewrite it in your own words, then bring it to ChatGPT for refinement and alignment with the tone and pacing you need. This approach ensures your script matches your edited footage naturally. By working step by step, everything stays smooth and consistent, creating a clear and polished narrative. With this method, your recap script is fully written from scratch and perfectly synchronized with the video. The next stage is to convert the completed text into voice for your final production. Converting the completed text into voice. In this step, we will use Microsoft Clipchamp, available in Windows 10 and 11. Clipchamp is free and allows video editing as well as text-to-speech conversion. Sign in with your Microsoft account to start. In Clipchamp, click Create Video, then go to Record and Create, and select Text-to-Speech. This opens the timeline where you paste your text. Choose a voice from the many free options available.
Choose from a variety of voices to help you create a story worth sharing.
Voices are multilingual, warm, and natural sounding.
Choose from a variety of voices to help you create a story worth sharing.
You can adjust pace, pitch, and language.
Choose from a variety of voices to help you create a story worth sharing.
Choose from a variety of voices to help you create a story worth sharing.
I commonly use Christopher Multilingual, which sounds comfortable and natural. Choose from a variety of voices to help you create a story worth sharing, but you can select any voice that fits your project or brand. Before converting, always check difficult names to be pronounced by the AI voicer first. Paste them separately, preview the pronunciation, and adjust if necessary. Boyce, Grey Alice, the Enforcer, Mara, Cyrus. Once satisfied, paste the full text, preview it, and save your voiceover. This ensures a polished, professional narration for your video, perfectly aligned with your recap script. When you play the text, all the names sound correct, but some movies have names that are difficult for AI to pronounce. You should first ensure the AI pronounces them accurately. For example, some names are fine and work well with AI, but in certain movies, even the AI struggles. It's important to test names first because they are repeated throughout the script, and mispronunciations can distract or irritate listeners. If a name is not pronounced correctly, you need to find a way to adjust it. Once it sounds right, replace every instance of that name in your script. This ensures consistent pronunciation across the entire narration.
Ahinoam.
From my previous projects, some challenging names included Ahinoam from the series House of David. Typing Ahinoam into AI often produces an incorrect pronunciation. Ahino. 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 By manually adjusting the spelling or pacing, you can get it to sound correct. Ahinoam. 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 In the Rings of Power, names like Galadriel and Celebrimbor are difficult. Galadriel, Galadriel. Galadriel, Galadriel. Celebrimbor. Celebrimbor. AI may mispronounce them as Galadriel or Celebrimbor. By adjusting the spelling or breaking the word into syllables, you can replicate the correct pronunciation from the original movies. Galadriel. Celebrimbor. Galadriel. Celebrimbor. Always test these names before pasting the full script into your AI voice tool. After confirming correct pronunciation, paste the full script into the AI text-to-speech tool. Then adjust speed and volume as needed. For example, I often increase speed slightly by 0.05 and set the volume to 180 to achieve a natural delivery. Once names are corrected and the script is finalized, generate the voiceover. For instance, Boyce warns viewers of a grim story filled with magic and monsters, urging them not to expect a happy ending. He tells of a world erased by ancient war. Microsoft Clipchamp is the tool I use. It's free with Windows 10 and 11, and it allows text-to-speech with a wide range of natural voices. You can choose voices, adjust pitch, pace, and language. I personally use Christopher Multilingual, which sounds warm and natural. You can also use your own voice, which may enhance the narration even further. Once the voiceover is generated, export the audio in 1080p quality. Clipchamp saves it automatically in the Downloads folder. From there, move it to your project folder and rename it as needed. This audio is now ready to integrate into your edited recap. Adding narration and voiceover in Premiere Pro. Now that our voice is ready, we can add it to our recap in Premiere Pro. Our edited recap is already in the project with no copyright issues. The next step is to integrate the voice to make the content complete. With YouTube monetization, reused content must include something original. You can add your own voice or record yourself reacting on screen, or split the screen to include your face with the footage. Without adding original elements, a channel may not be monetized. To add the voice, first import it into Premiere Pro. Drag and drop it into the timeline, making a copy to work with while keeping the original safe. Create a new sequence, Sequence 2, and drag all clips into it, keeping the existing settings.
If you've got the time and the stomach for it.
Turn off the original audio with music and use only the edited voice without background music.
The time and the stomach for it. This is no fairy tale.
Next, align the voice with the video. Zoom in on the timeline and arrange clips in small sections for precise editing.
If you've got the time and the stomach for it.
Adjust audio volume by right-clicking, selecting audio gain, and increasing or decreasing it as needed. For example, start with,
If you've got the time and the stomach for it.
Boyce warns viewers of a grim story filled with magic and monsters, urging them not to expect a happy ending. He tells of a world erased by ancient war, leaving only the lost lands of shadowed creatures in one city, where meeting Grey Alice changes everything. To cover gaps between clips, create spacing. Count the seconds and adjust the speed or duration. Right-click, select speed/duration and stretch clips to fill gaps. Make sure clips are locked. Otherwise, speed adjustments may only extend the clip without stretching it. If all clips are the same length, e.g. 2 seconds, you can select them all and adjust speed at once. The clips will slow down proportionally, covering the gaps while maintaining alignment with the original footage. This method ensures smooth timing, consistent audio-video sync, and a professional-looking recap ready for upload. Now this clip is 2 seconds, which is enough to cover the gap. You can delete the unnecessary one and adjust the volume as needed. Let's play it to see how it sounds. This works well as an introduction for Grey Alice.
If you've got the time and the stomach for it.
Boyce warns viewers of a grim story filled with magic and monsters, urging them not to expect a happy ending. He tells of a world erased by ancient war, leaving only the lost lands of shadowed creatures in one city, where meeting Grey Alice changes everything. Grey Alice, a witch, faces execution under the Overlord's rule in the city under the mountain. You can be flexible with the audio file by extending it or using parts of the voice from trimmed sections.
Let this be an example to all.
It's fine to experiment with the audio clips but avoid altering the video clips. This is how we synchronize the narration with the recap. Feel free to explore additional methods as long as you stay clear of copyright issues. Use these ideas as inspiration to create something even better, and apply the same techniques to any full movie project you're editing. Now, let's test the finished project with the complete voice track added.
If you've got the time and the stomach for it.
Boyce warns viewers of a grim story filled with magic and monsters, urging them not to expect a happy ending.
The world you know is gone.
He tells of a world erased by ancient war, leaving only the lost lands of shadowed creatures in one city, where meeting Grey Alice changes everything. Grey Alice, a witch, faces execution under the Overlord's rule in the city under the mountain.
Let this.
The Enforcer and Church condemn her forbidden wish-granting, branding her devilish and defiant, and proclaim their sacred duty to destroy her influence completely. Using her powers, Grey Alice compels a guard to aid her escape, leading to the fall of his comrades. The Enforcer swiftly kills him for this defiance and rallies a squad to hunt Alice down. Moving like a shadow through the wrecked building, she silently eliminates her pursuers one by one. Appearing suddenly behind the Enforcer,
Show yourself, witch!
Alice turns the tables and hangs her instead.
Do it. You will burn in hell.
After breaking the Enforcer's force, she walks past the stunned crowd, who whisper of the witch who refused to hang. Adding a teaser, creating intros, outros and channel branding. Usually, I preview the full recap and select short highlights, like fight scenes, to create a quick teaser at the start. This shows viewers what they'll see in the movie. For this short recap though, I'll just drop my prepared intro directly into the timeline. I've already written a standard draft I use for all recaps.
Welcome to Cephastalk Movie Recaps. Today, we journey into In the Lost Lands recap. Please hit that subscribe button if you haven't, let us know where you're watching from and share your thoughts in the comments. We truly appreciate your support, dear friend, thank you.
It introduces the channel, mentions the movie, and includes an end section that thanks viewers and directs them to click on the end screen for more videos.
Thanks for watching. Please hit that subscribe button if you haven't, let us know where you're watching from and share your thoughts in the comments. We truly appreciate your support, dear friend, feel free to click on the next video, thank you.
After the movie, you can always thank viewers for their time and encourage them to watch more content. We'll run the intro text through text-to-speech in Clipchamp. Paste the intro and outro scripts, generate the voiceover, adjust speed and volume and save. Example call to action. Welcome to Cephastalk Movie Recaps. Today we journey into In the Lost Lands movie recap. Please hit that subscribe button if you haven't, let us know where you're watching from and share your thoughts in the comments. Then, import the generated audio into Premiere Pro. Drag it into the timeline and place it at the start or end as needed. Look for suitable clips to match your outro, and layer them under the audio. If you find gaps, adjust clip speed/duration. For example, if a gap is 6 seconds, right-click the clip, select speed/duration, and stretch it to 6 seconds instead of pulling it manually. This keeps timing consistent without pulling in uncut footage. Welcome to Cephastalk Movie Recaps. Today we journey into In the Lost Lands movie recap.
Maybe even bring 3-4 friends.
Please hit that subscribe button if you haven't, let us know where you're watching from and share your thoughts in the comments. We truly appreciate your support, dear friend, thank you. Matching clips and nesting audio. Always work on a duplicate sequence to preserve your original clips. When editing, delete unwanted audio. And nest voice clips together, right-click and nest, to manage them as one. If needed, use render and replace to see your waveform more clearly and make smooth adjustments. When you render and replace, the sound's waveform will display clearly. That's fine. For the lower audio track we can leave it as it is, because we don't need to remove the bass even during dialogue. Next, select the text-to-speech track and drag it up to the same line. Before dragging, group the clips first, select them, group, then drag. After that you can delete any unwanted parts. This ensures that during narration the original movie audio is muted, making the commentator's voice stand out. To improve the voice further, nest it first. Select the track, choose Nest, then apply effects. For example, go to Effects, Audio Effects, Parametric Equalizer and drag it onto the clip. In Effect Controls, change the setting from Default to Vocal Enhancer. This boosts clarity and liveliness. Sample narration.
If you've got the time and the stomach for it.
Boyce warns viewers of a grim story filled with magic and monsters, urging them not to expect a happy ending.
The world you know is gone.
He tells of a world erased by ancient war, leaving only the lost lands of shadowed creatures and one city, where meeting Grey Alice changes everything. Welcome to Cephastalk Movie Recaps. Today we journey into In the Lost Lands movie recap.
Maybe even bring 3-4 friends.
Please hit that subscribe button if you haven't, let us know where you're watching from and share your thoughts in the comments. We truly appreciate your support, dear friend, thank you. Grey Alice, a witch, faces execution under the Overlord's rule in the city under the mountain.
Let this!
The Enforcer and Church condemn her forbidden wish-granting, branding her devilish and defiant, and proclaim their sacred duty to destroy her influence completely.
We have to climb!
Realizing her quarry is slipping away, the enforcer orders the cable cut, sending the truck plunging toward the cliffside. Boyce and Gray Alice cling to the swaying wreck, narrowly surviving as they scramble to safety. The enforcer shoots Boyce, wounding him. But Alice uses her powers through the sniper's lens, turning the enforcer's own mind against her, saving Boyce just in time. He quietly thanks Alice for saving his life, but she simply tells him he wasn't going to die. Not yet, not until he gets her to Skull River. Thanks for watching. Please hit that subscribe button if you haven't, let us know where you're watching from and share your thoughts in the comments. We truly appreciate your support, dear friend. Feel free to click on the next video. Thank you. You can add background music at this stage or leave it silent. If you decide to use music, I'll show you where to find free, reliable tracks online in the next few minutes. The next step is to add background music. I'll show you one of the best sites where you can download free music of any style for your videos. You can use it under their license, and if you ever receive a copyright claim, you can dispute it with that license to keep your content safe. Let's jump into the website. It's called Pixabay. Search for Pixabay on Google or go directly to pixabay.com. This platform offers free music, photos, and videos contributed by creators. Click on the music section and search for any style you need: cinematic, dramatic, upbeat, etc. All tracks are free under the Pixabay content license. However, if a track shows a small flag icon near your cursor, it means the track has a content ID registered on YouTube. This doesn't stop you from using it, but it signals that the music may trigger copyright detection. If that happens, simply dispute the claim using the Pixabay license you downloaded. Most tracks with the flag are still usable under the free license. Tracks marked Editor's Choice usually have no content ID. Always check the license and download the license file with the track for your records. In my recaps, I've used several Pixabay tracks with content ID without receiving any copyright claims, but I keep the license ready in case one appears. For today's recap, I'm going to use a different track. When searching, try playing different tracks alongside your recap until you find one that matches your voice and mood. For this video, I've chosen epic cinematic drama music. Pixabay offers several versions, such as 2 minutes 13 seconds, or shorter loops. I tested it and it fits well with my narration, so we'll use that version. To download, search for the track on Pixabay. Click on the track title to go to the content creators page. Download the version you need, and if offered, also download the license file. This way you're sure your recap's music is free, safe to use, and perfectly matched to your narration. You can download the track directly from Pixabay. Even if a track shows it's registered with YouTube Content ID, it's still free to use under the Pixabay license. When you click the green download button, you'll see the track's details, including the creator's name and a note that it's registered with YouTube Content ID. This simply means the music can be tracked by YouTube's system, but it doesn't prevent you from using it. If your video receives a copyright claim, Pixabay explains how to clear it using their license certificate. They provide step-by-step guidance: what Content ID is, how it works, how to check if a track is flagged, and how to resolve a claim. If flagged, you can either dispute the claim on YouTube using the Pixabay license or contact the author through their Pixabay profile. Disputing is usually easiest. Just upload your video, then follow YouTube's dispute process and attach the Pixabay license. This typically clears the claim. After downloading a track, always download the license certificate as well. For example, our chosen track, Epic Cinematic Drama Music, is marked free for use. The license certificate explains your usage rights and can be copied directly into YouTube's dispute form. This is what the YouTube team reviews to remove a claim from your video. Not every Pixabay track will trigger Content ID. Even tracks with the flag can often be used without any issues. But if a claim appears, use the license to dispute it and keep your video safe. Pixabay also provides a clear content license summary. You can read it on their site or in the downloaded certificate. It explains standalone versus combined use. For uploading content exactly as it appears on Pixabay, with only basic edits like cropping or color changes, counts as standalone use and isn't allowed. Combining music with your own images, videos, audio, text, or editing techniques creates a new work, which is allowed. This is why you must use the music as part of original content, like our recap, rather than uploading it alone. Pixabay also outlines terms for creators who upload their content, granting Pixabay a non-exclusive royalty-free license for others to use and adapt it under these rules. All of this means you're safe to use any Pixabay music in your projects. You won't always get flagged, but if you do, the free license allows you to dispute it. I personally use Pixabay for all my music because it's reliable and safe. Now that we've finished downloading the track and license, we'll import the music into our recap project. Drag and drop the music onto the timeline. Next, we'll fit the music to the voiceover so it matches smoothly.
If you've got the time and the stomach for it.
Boyce warns viewers of a grim story filled with magic and monsters, urging them not to expect a happy ending. The music volume feels a bit high, so reduce it to -5 dB and adjust again if needed.
If you've got the time and the stomach for it.
Boyce warns viewers of a grim story filled with magic and monsters, urging them not to expect a happy ending.
The world you know is gone.
He tells of a world erased by ancient war, leaving only the lost lands of shadowed creatures in one city, where meeting Grey Alice changes everything. Welcome to Cephastalk Movie Recaps. Today we journey into In the Lost Lands movie recap.
Maybe even bring 3-4 friends.
Please hit that subscribe button if you haven't, let us know where you're watching from and share your thoughts in the comments. We truly appreciate your support, dear friend, thank you. Grey Alice, a witch, faces execution under the Overlord's rule in the city under the mountain.
Let this!
The Enforcer and Church condemn her forbidden wish-granting, branding her devilish and defiant, and proclaim their sacred duty to destroy her influence completely. Using her powers, Grey Alice compels a guard to aid her escape, leading to the fall of his comrades. The Enforcer swiftly kills him for this defiance and rallies a squad to hunt Alice down. Moving like a shadow through the wrecked building, she silently eliminates her pursuers one by one. Appearing suddenly behind the Enforcer,
Show yourself, witch!
Alice turns the tables and hangs her instead.
Do it. You will burn in hell.
After breaking the Enforcer's force, she walks past the stunned crowd, who whisper of the witch who refused to hang.
The man wanted to ambush another man.
Later, Boyce reappears, confronting a gang plotting an ambush. Calmly, he warns them to bring more allies if they hope to stand a chance. Within seconds, using his favored weapon, the deadly two-headed serpent, he strikes with precision, overwhelming and defeating them all at once.
Boyce.
On the Queen's request to hunt a shapeshifter, Grey Alice hires Boyce. But the Enforcer arrives first, killing Boyce's ally Cyrus, who was meant to guide them safely across. Now shielded from Alice's powers, the Enforcer and her gang capture Boyce's beloved Mara to force his surrender.
You say you're servants of God!
When he refuses, the Enforcer kills her, unleashing chaos and fury. Now add the channel logo and name. I already have it, Cephastalk Movie Recap, ready to apply. Once it's placed on the video, we're ready to export. Exporting your recap. Select 1080 Full HD, preset 1080. The file is only 174 megabytes. Match the source to customize settings. In Premiere Pro, you can adjust the target bitrate to change the file size. Lower bitrate reduces file size but also quality, higher bitrate increases quality. We'll leave it at 6 megabits per second, which is fine. Choose where to save the file, give it a name and save it in the Premiere Project folder. Everything is set. Click Export. Because it's a short recap, exporting should take just a few minutes. Once this is done, the next step will be creating a thumbnail for your recap. Design a striking thumbnail with a clear main image to draw attention, boost clicks, and instantly communicate your recap's theme. Thanks for learning.
If you've got the time and the stomach for it.
Boyce warns viewers of a grim story filled with magic and monsters, urging them not to expect a happy ending.
The world you know is gone.
He tells of a world erased by ancient war, leaving only the lost lands of shadowed creatures in one city, where meeting Grey Alice changes everything. Welcome to Cephastalk Movie Recaps. Today we journey into In the Lost Lands movie recap.
Maybe even bring 3-4 friends.
Please hit that subscribe button if you haven't, let us know where you're watching from and share your thoughts in the comments. We truly appreciate your support, dear friend, thank you. Grey Alice, a witch, faces execution under the Overlord's rule in the city under the mountain.
Let this.
The Enforcer and Church condemn her forbidden wish-granting, branding her devilish and defiant, and proclaim their sacred duty to destroy her influence completely. Using her powers, Grey Alice compels a guard to aid her escape, leading to the fall of his comrades. The Enforcer swiftly kills him for this defiance and rallies a squad to hunt Alice down. Moving like a shadow through the wrecked building, she silently eliminates her pursuers one by one. Appearing suddenly behind the Enforcer,
Show yourself, witch.
Alice turns the tables and hangs her instead.
Do it. You will burn in hell.
After breaking the Enforcer's force, she walks past the stunned crowd, who whisper of the witch who refused to hang.
The man wanted to ambush another man.
Later, Boyce reappears, confronting a gang plotting an ambush. Calmly, he warns them to bring more allies if they hope to stand a chance. Within seconds, using his favored weapon, the deadly two-headed serpent, he strikes with precision, overwhelming and defeating them all at once.
Boys.
On the Queen's request to hunt a shapeshifter, Grey Alice hires Boyce. But the Enforcer arrives first, killing Boyce's ally Cyrus, who was meant to guide them safely across. Now shielded from Alice's powers, the Enforcer and her gang capture Boyce's beloved Mara to force his surrender.
You say you're servants of God!
When he refuses, the Enforcer kills her, unleashing chaos and fury.
We have to go.
As chaos erupts, they retreat onto the cable truck under heavy fire, but the attackers pursue, forcing the fight to continue mid-air.
We have to climb.
Realizing her quarry is slipping away, the Enforcer orders the cable cut, sending the truck plunging toward the cliffside. Boyce and Grey Alice cling to the swaying wreck, narrowly surviving as they scramble to safety. The Enforcer shoots Boyce, wounding him. But Alice uses her powers through the sniper's lens, turning the Enforcer's own mind against her, saving Boyce just in time. He quietly thanks Alice for saving his life, but she simply tells him he wasn't going to die. Not yet, not until he gets her to Skull River. Thanks for watching. Please hit that subscribe button if you haven't, let us know where you're watching from and share your thoughts in the comments. We truly appreciate your support, dear friend. Feel free to click on the next video. Thank you.